What's going on there, guys? We back with another one. We got Stephen A. Smith getting deeper into the Skip Bayless Shannon Sharpe thing. We all saw the blow up on TV with the DeMar Hamlin. We saw the Tom Brady blow up. But Stephen A. Smith said after, he came back and said while he was absent when everybody was looking for Shannon, and Skip said he wasn't apologizing. He knew right then that it was over, that it was just a matter of time. And he predicted, when he left was the latest that he would be there. So he's pretty much saying Shannon extended that. And I'm wondering, did he have conversations with Shannon? And how many people did Shannon feel comfortable with disclosing that information about his next endeavor, during that time? But Stephen A. said he had a strong notion, and it could just be from personal experience too. Because, I know everybody knows Stephen A. and Skip. They had their thing and they went their separate ways. But let's check out what Stephen A. had to say.
I want him as a part of the ESPN family. And I want him to have a shinier light placed on him than a few of the times than we last saw him. I'm not throwing shade on anybody, especially not him and especially not my man Skip Bayless. But what happened. It was for public consumption. And I knew at that moment it was the beginning of the end. That day, January 4th, 2023, was the day that I knew Shannon Sharpe would be gone from Undisputed on FS1. Because I know Skip. I know some folks on that show, all great people, by the way. I just know that watching television and knowing the business the way that I do and seeing what happened, that there was no way that relationship could continue, no matter how anybody tried to floss over it. Something like that serious, doesn't happen. And that serious of a divide takes place before all of our very eyes, and survival is a part of the equation. Doesn't happen. I knew that day that Shannon Sharpe would be gone at the very latest by the end of the NBA season.
Yeah, man. So Stephen A. offers a little more insight. Now, we know he wants Shannon Sharpe, and he said he feels comfortable that they'll be able to bring him in, especially as a contributor. And I think a lot of people like it. You see Ryan Clark thriving with his podcast, The Pivot. Then you got Shannon Sharpe with Club Shay Shay, and them coming in as contributors, not full-time guys at ESPN, is perfect for them. Ryan Clark, he does other shows, so it'll be interesting to see if in Shannon's contract he's responsible for doing Get Up and NFL Live too, because I know those shows would want him to appear on there. But it may just be a first take contract with everything Shannon's got going on. And this is a pivotal point in his career where he can kind of choose what responsibilities he wants delegated to him before signing on. So, I think he'll probably start out with first take, but it seems to me, it just seems this way, because Stephen A. has to do Get Up sometimes too. Most people that do first take, they do some Get Up early in the morning. So, that'll be interesting to see, and especially during football season, Shannon may do a little Get Up on there too, because I would like to hear him, Ryan Clark, and Swagoo talk amongst each other about it. Now he's going to spend some extended time during the season on first take, during the NFL year. But like I said in my video last night, he's the rare football player that brings ratings when he talks about LeBron James, and that's going to be critical to see if he's a regular during NBA season too, or is he just like a Lakers type expert? Are they going to do it that way? I don't know, but I know it would be cool for the network to use him for that. As far as what Stephen A. said, he's worked with Skip before. He knows it can be difficult. Other people in the industry know it can be difficult. With that said, Skip provided these guys very critical opportunities that was pivotal in their ascension in the sports media world. So it's like a double-edged thing with him so far. His two main understudies have gone on to become bigger personalities than he is, but if you remember the hierarchy of things, they were under him at a point in time. So, but, and at the same time, I don't know if that's like a super diss to Skip, because if the people that you bring in under you go on to do greater things than you, then you did something right, honestly. Now, the way you got there may not, it might have been some rocky times, but as far as what was accomplished, he could say the people that come from under him went on to probably do more successful things than he did. But it was his platform where it all started and where they built, that fan base and that backing. So I always in my videos give Skip Bayless that, because you can't take that from him. You can't deny the facts in front of you. And it was because Stephen A was fired when he did it on his own on ESPN. He was fired, but under Skip Bayless, he was able to take that first take and really go to that next level as a sports debater. He put him in pocket, so to speak. Instead of trying to be an interviewer on his show and do it like that, Stephen A got to do barbershop talk on a debate show, and that was the pocket he needed to be in. And Shannon Sharpe, they actually brought him in on first take first, and then Skip went over to FS1, knew he was the person to compliment him and everything. So I always like to keep that in perspective, because sometimes you go through things and it's really, what's the word I'm looking for? It's really, it gets, I can't think of the word, but it gets to the point where you could kind of forget some of the things people have done for you based on your feelings at the time. And once those feelings are you put them in their proper perspective, you really get to reflect on what the person provided you as far as an opportunity. And I think Skip Bayless is one of those people. Like, yeah, you outgrew him, but as far as how instrumental he was in your career, you can't deny that or take that from him. But Stephen A. Smith definitely took some shots at Skips. He said he's not taking a shot, and then he took a shot. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to share that portion with you guys. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.